Good morning. This is Robert Good, Positive Stroke, Staying Clean, and I'm so blessed to be a part of your recovery and for you to be a part of mine. Today we're talking about we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. That's step 4. This step right here is it'll break you or make you step. The purpose of searching and fearless moral inventory is to sort through the confusion and the contradiction of our lives so that we can find out who we really are. Not the person we thought we was, not the person that we're projecting ourselves to be, but who we really are in our actions and deeds. So making that searching and fearless moral inventory, for me, I had to start back to the newest and work my way back to the oldest. Because my mind remembers the fresh ones. But as I go back into time, a lot of pain, I suppressed it. So in order for me to clean the entire wreckage of my past, to make a moral inventory of my actions and my deeds of my past, of what I've done to myself and others, the bad situations and things that I've done to myself and others, and look at it honestly and openly, not with compassion eyes, but to look exactly how it is, which is a very difficult thing for a person to look at themselves in an honest manner. And that is the key in recovery, to be able to look at yourself honestly and openly, not justifying, but looking at the facts. And when I did that and started making a searching and fearless more inventory of myself, I did not like what I saw. I began to hate myself because the truth hurt very deeply. That I was something that I thought I wasn't. But the evidence of my past proved different. And I didn't like myself. I realized the type of pain that I gave to others. I started to understand the hurt and the shame I gave to others. And realized I was definitely not a good person. But the program of recovery helped me through looking at thyself honestly and openly by saying, Robert, it's okay. Because I had to clean the wreckage of my past. And let me share some of the crazy, stupid things that I've done to myself and others. And that connection right there made me feel I was not alone walking down the road in recovery, that I was like-minded people fighting with addiction. I realized I was on the right path to recovery. And as I shared my pain and their pain was shared back to me, and I realized that it was the norm of people of our like being addicts, that this is our lifestyle. These are the crazy things that we've done. These are the things that we've done to ourselves and others, and we share that with one another. Then we find ways and means not to do that behavior ever again. How some people made their choices, we learn from them by them sharing it to us. We feel not alone because we are with like-minded people working on the same goal to stay clean and sober. Also, we'll see that everybody that comes into the program of recovery doesn't get it. A lot of people come into these programs of recovery so they can rest. They're beating up. They're tired. They take a moment to take care of themselves. But the desire to use and abuse overpowers, and they go back out and do the same thing, expecting different results, or choose this path. By any means necessary. When I took a fearless and moral inventory of Robert, wow, that opened my eyes to who I truly was by my actions and my deeds in my addiction. And by me learning from this, I started to put the focus on Robert and not people around me, not looking at their mistakes. But I started focusing on myself because I did not like what I saw about the wreckage of my past, that I was not that person when I started out, and I don't know how I got there, but I know I've got there, and I know that I don't want to continue to be there. It opened the door all the way to accept the suggestions as must. When I came into recovery, they suggested you to do this. They suggested you to do that. But when I got to step 4, I realized that the suggestions were really must. You must do these things in order to receive a clean recovery, to be clean and sober, to live life on life's terms, to be a productive person in society, to help others. Recovery changed me from being an addict and a person that I didn't even like to a new creature, a new person in recovery. People do not recognize who I was until I told them my name, because that addictive behavior was gone. The addict was gone. The recovering addict was alive and free, living life on life's terms, one day at a time, one situation at a time. Step was a very important step. And it's a step that we do not want to rush through. Working the program of recovery, there's no time limit. If you want to maximize the best amount of results in your recovery, you work on your steps to the fullest. You take your time. Because this up here, as the fog clears, more is revealed to Robert. As the fog clears, more will be revealed to Robert. The longer I stay clean and sober and get rid of the wreckage of my past, then those things that I've forgotten about, that I've done to myself and others, will surface and come to light. And this happens in the process of recovery. The more you stay recovered, the more you learn about the mistakes and the things you've done in your past and learn from them. And the more you learn about yourself, you realize just how imperfect person you truly are. And you're not alone, because the whole world is imperfect. Everyone sees life a certain way. They believe their way is the best way, and they live it in that manner. That's why there's so many different types of way people live their lives, the choices that they make. So, I hope today you had an opportunity to just think. Step 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Take your time. It's not a race. The goal is to learn everything you can about who you are, why you did the things that you did, the choices you made in your active addiction, the way your mind was set, the way you was thinking. See, now you're clean and sober. You can look back at yourself and your actions, and if you look at them honestly and openly, you will learn who you was at that particular time, why you did the things you did at that particular time. Because if you can look at yourself honestly and openly, that's a gold mine change. Because that is knowing how to make yourself better. That you are in the business of overcoming bad situations and bad choices that you made in your life. That you're going to find a new way of living, a new way of accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish. You're going to continue to work on yourself because you know that you're a faulty person. And if you're faulty, you know everybody's faulty. So when a person hurts us, or I'll put it like, when a person hurts me, I look at it as, I try to look at through their eyes. Why are they making this choice? They must want to make this choice because it's the best course of action for them. And when I look at it like that, and look at what will benefit them by making this choice, and what will not, then I'm understanding that person a little bit better. Because I'm not judging them for their actions. I want to understand why those actions happened. And by me understanding why, I understand who they are. Also, recovery taught me that in order for me to be clean and sober, to get recovery, is I must work on myself all the time, one day at a time, one situation at a time. And that's the only way Robert can get better. No one can make Robert get better unless Robert works on himself to make himself better. The ups and downs, the faults, the mistakes. And when you're right, you're right. But the interesting thing is that in order for you to live your best life, you just work on yourself to make better choices and make better decisions. And understand is that if I pick up and use, this will happen. Stop living in a dream world that life is going to be perfect when you get hard. You just open the floodgates of hell and addiction. You will destroy everything you love. You remember what you did that in your act of addiction before. It will get 10 times worse if you do it again. So when you get to step 4, remember, take your time. Don't make it seem like it's an overwhelming step. It's a fact-finding situation. You're going to find out information about yourself that you need to find out. So you can understand who you are, why you did the things that you did. And by you understanding this information about yourself, then you may not want to go down that road again because you actually know why you did it in the first place. It's not a secret. It's not a question, but you already have the answer. This is Robert Goodman from Positive Strokes here, wishing you a great Friday. And remember, you are the most important person to yourself. You're the one that makes things happen to make your life better. So when you look in the mirror, smile and say, I'm my own hero because I do the work on making myself better so I can live my best life. You have a great and wonderful day.